Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Chu here, just an ordinary uni student, and I'll be one of your speakers today. So, welcome back to our podcast under the topic of overcoming the dark among teens, normalizing depression, brought to you by the Busy Couch Potatoes. So, before we start, our beloved speakers, Yoklin and Pawana, as usual, please introduce yourselves.
So hi everyone, I'm Yoklin here, also just an ordinary university law student here. But then today I have a different role here whereby I'm a warrior who is fighting alongside you all for unlocking your Pandora box of emotions deep down inside your heart.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Pavana Pooja Rajasekharan and I'm also just a normal uni student. And I hope to be the warrior that Yuklim is also giving as an example today. So hello everyone again.
All right, thank you, Yoklin and Pavana. So, here comes our second episode of our series, and the topic for today is the world of a depression warrior, unlocking the Pandora box of emotions. Sounds deep, but we will be basically talking about emotions. So, speaking of emotions, Pavana, can you tell us some of the basic emotions humans would have?
So okay, talking in relation to emotions on a surface basis, the basic emotions that we face in our daily lifestyles are happiness, sadness, fear, or anger. But to be honest, right, there are more other types of feelings and emotions. But these are the types that people generally know, and we all have times where we feel happiness, sadness, fear, and anger, or even a lot of upset, and it's a complete normal thing for humans in their daily lives as well.
Yes, and I don't know if you guys actually notice that we are always told with words like "stop crying. Why are you being so emotional?" It is somehow persuading us to not feel our own emotions. This is one of the reasons where people get depressed normally after some time of locking up their Pandora box of emotions deep down inside their heart. So it is common for Asian parents to ask their child to just stop crying without asking anything. But it is also common for the parents from Western countries to ask their child to express how they want and why, and tell them why they are crying in when they're facing obstacles.
Yeah, I agree with what Yoklin mentioned about the usual way some parents deal with their children's emotions. So, from some people's perspective, they might feel that we shouldn't show too much of our emotion, as maybe they feel like it's something embarrassing or maybe unsuitable to do it in front of others. So, but recognizing, accepting, and also expressing one's feelings or emotions is very important, as in the long term of suppressing yourself, the wave of emotions would just swipe you away. And emotional expression is simply the acknowledgement of these emotions we are built to feel.
Yes, exactly. And if I'm going to add, healthy expression allows us to understand the emotions and truly feel them and move on. So as also explained in the previous episode and also just now by Chu and Yuklim, this helps to process emotions, as bottling up emotions only makes it worse and only makes the feeling of being upset or angry just linger on in your daily lives. And furthermore, by talking about it and also healthy expression, this lets teens go in a healthy and more productive way in their daily lives. So we would like to tell the teens who are viewers today as well through this podcast that acknowledgement and acceptance of your emotions it's something very important to your mental health and should be cultivated and applied in a daily lifestyle.
So another thing I would like to add at this juncture is that I believe some of our audiences had been gone through several maybe some counsel sessions with your counselor in school, and I should say it's only a maybe. It's not for everyone who have definitely met a counselor in the school. So even psychologists and also counselors will definitely help their client in expressing their own feelings by asking them multiple questions. They won't tell you instantly like what you should do right away, and when they know your problems itself, they will guide you from part by part throughout the session in order for you to reach a conclusion on how you yourself would like to settle things out, and this can be done by asking you questions throughout the session. For example, they will ask you like how you feel when this happens. Would you like to have a talk with the persons you have issue with, or you would rather have this issue solved and keep it inside your heart? So at this moment, you'll be trying your best to express your feelings to the counselor in a more comfortable way, and at the end, you will be able to recognize the issues faced by you, and at the very end, you'll be able to accept it.
Yes, I completely agree with you, Kim, about talking about it and understanding yourself as well. So on this note, chat with a friend, play with a pet, find something to laugh about, feel your emotions, recognize what you feel, and accept it in a way to by talking or expressing it in any ways that you may feel comfortable in. This is because expressing an emotion doesn't have to be something outward like slamming a door or yelling into a pillow that we always do, especially during exams where we have so much of stress and we can't understand certain things, or even telling someone about it. It can happen entirely in our minds as well. So yeah, instead of getting angry or enraged at someone, we have to forget who we are angry at, forget the story behind it, and allow ourselves to feel the true emotions inside of us. So basically we have to be more forgiving people and understand why we are feeling those emotions and accept those emotions that we are feeling as well. So we can say to ourselves that just talk to ourselves in our mind by saying that I'm really mad, and that is completely okay. Because you don't have to feel bad to be mad or angry or even sad about anything. This is because we are not robots and we are normal human beings. So it's normal to have emotions, and it's normal to have upsetting thoughts or feeling upset or being angry. And just by doing that and telling ourselves and talking to ourselves, we get to loosen the emotions grip over our well-being as well, and we get to feel much better generally.
Yeah, thank you, Pawana and Yoling. That's really true. And so we have our little brothers and sisters as our listeners today, and we hope that you guys can start your journey to open up your Pandora box from now. Why? Because it's a lifelong and unconscious habit. If you don't start it from now, it might be very tough and awkward for you to start expressing your emotions afterwards when you grow up. It might be to an extent that once you take down the barrier against your emotions even a little bit, it can release a flood of emotions, and that's often what you are afraid of.
Definitely. Speaking of expressing emotions, it is always a time-consuming process and it takes time for you to practice itself. So when I say express your emotions, it doesn't mean that I'm asking you to vomit everything which makes you mad or sad to someone else. It's just, as in, it makes you like vomit just like everything you don't like, such as when you add a very lousy fried rice itself, it will make you vomit everything out. It's not the way. What I meant was, you have to first feel and recognize your own emotions. Secondly, you have to find out the reason why you are sad. Recognize it and express it by telling yourself how you feel in the way. And the very important point you should take note here is that you should not try to feel bad or guilty for having emotions. It's just like if you feel guilty for having emotions, you tend to keep it down deep down inside your heart, and you'll be only suppressing and also controlling your emotions in a very unhealthy way. It's just like if you wanted to go toilet, just feel free to go toilet. Stop holding stop holding it out when you feel the need to do so. So this is what people often say, that you are bottling up your emotions.
Yes. So from your great statement, I want to show you guys a video to demonstrate what will happen if you bottle up your emotions. So let's take a look at the video. Okay, so welcome back, guys. So from this video, as you can see, the dry eyes placed one by one into the balloon are those emotions you keep in your heart one by one as well without expressing it. So after a long time, it will burst, and the dry ice flows out just like what we mentioned before, where if you keep it for a long time, the wave of emotions will just swipe you away. And this will actually, once the balloon bursts, it will hurt yourself and also others. So just like how you control suppressing yourself, and once you burst out, it will hurt you and maybe others as well.
Yes, and maybe if I were to add on, you will find it very hard to express your emotions to others because somehow you think that the response you receive is not something that you would expect or not something that you may want. And for an example, one day say that you feel very sad, I think it's very common to have that perception that people might say, give you an answer or advice that, think positively or stop thinking about it. Why are you even pondering or dwelling about it? But up to this point, I think it doesn't help you to feel better, but you will then, you will tend to again suppress your feelings, just like how they asked you to do it. And but then, this doesn't really have to be an expression by talking to others, but you can recognize your own emotions, as how we mentioned before, in your own way, without involving anyone else and without, getting help that doesn't actually help you. So if you master your own mind in the first place, there won't be a necessary to feel upset from what you hear from others, or if they don't live up to your expectations or what you may need as in help.
Exactly. So thank you, Pavana and Yutin. I guess that is all for today, as we are running out of time, and we hope today's episode helps at least a little bit of you to think about it. Bear in mind that healthy expression of your Pandora box is always important for your mental health. And we have come to the end of today's episode. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.